What's up, guys? Welcome to the Cinderella Diaries. So I'm back with another video, and this time I'm gonna talk about my pregnancy journey and my story. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna go back to when I found out that I was pregnant. Now, I just got a job at Burlington Coat Factory. Shout out to Burlington Coat Factory. And they gave me a supervisor position. And I was so excited to start my new job and everything. I mean, I was just so excited. So I do the paperwork, everything like that, ready to start, my first shifts and everything. And then just all of a sudden, it was like something came over me. And I was like, man, I don't feel good at all. Like, I felt like I was about to throw up everywhere. It just felt like the really bad case of the flu. And it was like right here in the pit of my stomach. And it just felt like something was right here and it wouldn't move. And I was like, what is this? And every 5 minutes I was throwing up. And I was like, this is not normal. And so I didn't want to say anything at my job because I didn't want them to think like something was wrong with me or I was trying to get out of it or whatever the case may be. I was like, there's something not right. And so I called my husband and I was like, hey, can you come get me from work or whatever? Because I don't feel good. I just feel really bad. And we were driving to Walmart and he was like, why don't you get a pregnancy test? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess I could be pregnant because we weren't really trying, but we weren't not being really safe. So I was like, okay, well, yeah, I'll go check it out. And so we went to Walmart and I remember we were looking past baby clothes and I was starting to tear up. I was like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. And my husband was like, yeah, you're pregnant because you've never gotten emotional over baby clothes ever. And I was like, no. So I go get the test and we're driving home and I go to the bathroom and I was like, I've been feeling nauseous all day and that feeling just never stopped. So I was like, I don't know, I might be pregnant. And so finally I take the test and it was 2 little lines, little crosses. And I was like, oh, it said pregnant. And so I walk out and I'm just like, babe, I'm pregnant. And he's like, what? We were surprised, but not really surprised, but it was crazy. So we started planning for the baby. We were in the military at the time. So we're still in the military, but we were planning, just getting ready and stuff. It was kind of difficult. We were in a 1-bedroom apartment and we were just trying to get everything situated. So my stomach was kind of hurting throughout the process. I had nausea for about maybe 6 to 8 weeks. I was just nauseous. And then we went to base and this lady gave me a pregnancy test. The doctor gave me a pregnancy test. And she was just like, yeah, you're pregnant. And then she recommended me to a gynecologist and I went to Providence Medical Center and they were excellent. I mean, they were just nice, clean, of course clean, but just a great facility. And, we went through that process of going through the checkouts and Lord, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm so tired. Going through the checkups and everything like that. And we were just, getting excited about having our first child. And I was a little nervous about maybe 7th or 8th month. I was I was always active and walking. I couldn't I don't know why I was so active, but I just had so much energy when I was pregnant. And I was always running and swimming and walking and all this stuff. And the last bit of my trimester, I just was walking a lot. I don't know why, but now that I have my son, he's so active and energetic. Now I know why I was so energetic when I was pregnant. And I was just up and walking and running. The doctor was just like, slow down, just kind of take it easy. But just my mind was just get up. And, swimming helped a lot and everything like that. It was fun. So anyway, about 7th or 8th month, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. I forgot what they call it, but a lot of times, women develop it in the last trimester because of stress, eating different saucy foods and just basically the stress and just really getting excited and the anxiety of about to have a baby. And it was our first child too. So after that, I was just being monitored. I had to go in and out of the hospital, making sure we were okay, checking his heartbeat. A lot of times I had to stay overnight to make sure that it was okay, because I was like freaking out and stressing myself out. And, you know, shout out to the military, because we didn't like, we could check in whenever we wanted to, and it was just so simple. So, yeah. And then after I gave birth, I developed postpartum depression. And I didn't realize I was depressed, but I was like, my mind was everywhere. I was sad. I was angry. It was like different emotions all the time. I was tired. And of course, you're tired having a newborn baby. My husband, he was going underway. And I don't have, you know, family or anything around to help, anything like that. So I was just always like, you know, taking care of the baby. And it was like, it was so much pressure. I was so stressed and I was so tired all the time. And I was just like, man, I got to get some sleep, but I couldn't get sleep because my husband wasn't here. And so I was just up and down, up and down. And I remember I went to the pediatrician and she had me fill out this survey to see if I was having postpartum. And she's like, I think you might have it, you know, like you need to go see a doctor and different things like that, because I was just like, even when I was with the baby and she was talking, I was just like out of it. And, you know, I thought it was just me being tired and overwhelmed, but I was just taking on so much at the time that I didn't realize, like letting myself just relax and sleep and everything like that. So it was a horrible experience going through that, because it snuck up on me. I didn't realize that, like, because I read about it, you know, when I was pregnant. It was like, I was like, okay, I'll be okay. You know, I'll be active. I'll get some sleep. I'll ask Cody for help. You know, I'll be okay. But it just snuck up on me. It was like, you know, like I didn't realize I was depressed until like I was like, okay, I think I might be a little depressed. And, you know, I was always in the house. Then COVID hit and it was just like, oh my goodness. I thought that I was in prison. I was just walking this baby and I was just sitting in this room, and it was like my husband wasn't there, and I was just like, oh, I was going crazy. But overall, pregnancy was great. It was a great experience, you know, like, because it was my first time ever being pregnant. And I was nervous. I ate everything. I was eating, like, I'm talking about like triple meat cheeseburgers like 3 times a day. And that was all I wanted, cheeseburgers and chicken. And I was eating it like, every 2 hours I was eating. And my husband was like, babe, like, you're eating so much. And I was like, I'm so, like, it would be like an hour. I would eat it like a triple cheeseburger with fries. And it was so good. I would just be like, oh, it's so good. And then about like an hour and a half later, I was like, I'm hungry again. And he was like, you can't be hungry again. I'm like, yeah, like I am starving. And we would like go to Wendy's or go, my favorite was Burger King. Oh my gosh, I love Burger King. Like the burgers was just all the cheese, and it was just like, it was the best feeling. But my pregnancy was a little difficult, but it was worth it. Of course, you know, my baby boy. When I was in labor, I had to get induced because of my high blood pressure. My doctors and my midwife were like, we just don't want to take any chances. Let's just schedule you for an induction. And I got an induction. I got induced or whatever. And they were like, I was talking to my midwife about it. I was like, you know, how is, you know, getting induced? She was like, it's a lot harder than it would be, you know, naturally, because you have to literally, like, I took the fentanyl was like helping me, you know, go into labor. And it was like, it took a long time. I remember I was like in labor for about, I got there at 8 o'clock that night, because that was when I was scheduled to start the induction. And then I had him at 2, maybe the next afternoon. So about like 14 to 16 hours I was, you know, doing that. It wasn't really that long, because I was, my doctor told me that staying active really helped me with my pregnancy. And I did the ball when I was getting contractions. And so, yeah, that would help me, like, you know, push and, you know, go through that process. Because when I was before I was, the appointment that I went to where they were like signing me up for the, to get induced, she was like, let's check to see if you're dilating or anything. And she checked and she was like, wow, you're 3 centimeters. And she's like, you haven't been contracting? And I was like, I don't feel it. Like, I have like a little bit of back pain. She's like, yeah, that might be contractions. I was like, oh, I just thought it was regular back pain because, you know, just being pregnant. And I had back pain throughout my pregnancy. And so she was just like, no, I think you might be contracting. So she was like, that's a good sign. She was like, because when we give you the fentanyl, we try to wait until you're at least 3 centimeters dilated before we give you the fentanyl. And she was like, so when you come in tomorrow, you'll be fine. You can start to get induced right then. I was like, great. And so, you know, it wasn't really any trouble when I waited till I was about 7 centimeters, and I was like, all right, look, I need epidural. And they finally gave me epidural, and it only lasts for about, I only had the epidural for about like 5 hours, and I was able to sleep. I finally got to eat some breakfast, because you can't eat when you're on the fentanyl. And I was like, okay. I was like, I remember I was eating breakfast and I scooted up just trying to eat my food, and it like my water broke, and I was like, I think my water broke. And then Cody looked underneath my blanket, and he was like, yeah, it broke. And I was like, okay. So he went to go call the doctor, and we started, you know, pushing. And I had the epidural, so like I felt the contractions, and I did the ball, and I tried to wait as long because I was like, maybe I can do this natural. And I was like, oh no, I was like about to pass out. And finally I got the epidural, and then about like an hour or two later, I was able to push, and Cairo came out. And it was pretty much easy. She was like, you're gonna laugh him out. And I was like, yeah, because I was so like, the drug was kicking in. I was like, yeah, this feels great. I'm on cloud 9 right now, okay? And it was just a really emotional time, and it was beautiful. I didn't see him come out. I think I was just so nervous, and I was so drugged at the time that I was just like, I thought that if I saw him come out, I'd freak out. But I don't regret it, but it was like, I felt him with my fingers and everything like that. But I was so like loopy at the time. So I was just like, I don't know, it was crazy. But it wasn't easy, but it was like that. I was very blessed to have it like go like really smoothly. And I had really great midwives too, that were just, you know, easy going. They were like, oh yeah, you delivered him. And I delivered him in 7 minutes. It was, as soon as I was ready to push, he came out in 7 minutes. So I was like, good, I didn't have to like push forever, because some women are like, they were pushing for a long time, but Cairo was ready to come out. And I think because I did the ball and I was active and different things like that, so that's why it was kind of easier for me. So yeah, don't be afraid. I was nervous. I was like a nervous wreck when I found out I was pregnant, because I didn't know. I was like, I think I'm scared. Like, I don't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. I watched so many videos. I was like obsessed with YouTube at this time, watching women push and what to pack and different things like that. And it was a crazy experience, but it was a beautiful experience. And I may do it again. I don't know. Cody wants more kids, but I am like, I'm exhausted right now because Cairo's at this Terrible 2. Terrible 2 exists. Yeah, it does. He's crazy. He's our little hellraiser. Like, I thought he would be like really calm and chill, because that's how he was when he was a baby and he was a newborn. He was very quiet. I mean, he cried a little bit, but during the time when he was a baby, he was very quiet. He slept through the night. He was very easy. He ate very well. And now he runs so much all day, and he just throws balls. Like, he's very active, and I think he's going to be very athletic, and he already has like this athletic build already. It's so funny. He's hilarious, and he's just, oh my gosh, I love him. He's very observant too. So he'll, like, if I'm like having a bad day because, you know, Cody's not here, or I'm sad because I miss him, he'll just come and be like, hey, hey, hey. And I'll be like, you know, like, I'm okay. And he's like, he just gives me a hug and gives me a kiss, and he just sits in my lap. And then when I'm okay, and, you know, stop crying or whatever, because, you know me, I'm an emotional person, so I'll cry. and he'll be like, he'll look up at me when I stop, and then he'll be like, then he'll get down and go do what he has to do. So he's very a smart kid, and he's a really smart kid, and he's very just, I don't know, he's just great. I love him. He can be a lot because he is very energetic, and he doesn't like, if he doesn't like something, he'll tell you he doesn't like it. He's very assertive already at 2, and he's just my boy. I love him. He's like, I always tell him like, you're my best friend, and he just looks at me like, yeah, like I don't know what that means yet. I'm like, you will. He's just great. I love him. So it's worth it, ladies. If you've never been pregnant or you're scared to get pregnant, it is really worth it. Just have a great support system. I had really great midwives. My husband was a very great support system. We took birthing classes before our pregnancy because that was part of our insurance. It was either go to the doctors or go see the midwife and take pregnancy courses too and classes. It was fun. We got to meet other different couples in Seattle that were having a baby and like in our age group, and they were interracial couples too, and it was really cool just to have that dynamic and to be able to experience that together. It was a stressful time because we were just not knowing what to expect, new parents, and we were just stressing out. You know, I wasn't able to work, so my husband he was working the military, plus, you know, out here in the West Coast, things are a little expensive, and we just moved out here, so we had to get our finances in order. So he was working in the military, and he was also door dashing too as well, and it was like it was all during COVID too, so we made like some decent money, and we were able to get like a peace of mind when we were having our first kid, because you know, you worry about that, everything costs more. You got to get clothes, you got to get a bigger space. You know, we had a baby shower, we got things on our baby list. And it was cool, even though that I went through the whole little depression thing after I was pregnant. It lasts for a little while because I was just stressed, and I don't know, I was just very stressed and sad, and a little bit of insecurity set in, just being pregnant and not being able to be like that same woman. I just felt so differently hormonally. I was just changing, and you know, I just felt myself changing mentally and emotionally, and it was just a lot to deal with at one point, but I got through it. I prayed a lot, and I blogged a lot and YouTubed a lot and reached out to you guys. So you know, a lot of people who were my following helped me really get through that, liking posts and saying, oh, you look beautiful, oh, it's a cute picture of you in Cairo, just really helped me get through. So yeah, so now I'm just, you know, learning how to, you know, be a mother of a toddler and how to get my body back in shape and feeling like a woman again and all that good stuff. And yeah, so my pregnancy journey, I hope that I wasn't like everywhere, because I've been up all night just doing school stuff, and I'm just so tired. So if my eyes are like, do they look low or whatever, I'm just tired. But yeah, so anyway, I hope that was a little bit of clarity of going through the pregnancy route, and I hope that you understood that it's okay to be nervous. It's okay if you have developed postpartum depression. Talk to somebody about it, because it can get really dangerous and really scary, and if you hold it in, you know, you don't want to do that by yourself. So talk to somebody. Definitely talk to somebody. Reach out to your husband, anybody, friend, family, if you have family, all of that, and just reach out, because it really does sneak up on you. And I remember I went to a concert, to Chris Brown's concert, just to like get away from thinking about depression and the sadness and baby blues that I was having, and it really helped, just getting out and, you know, having a good time, and seeing my boy Chris Brown, and it really, you know, put the fire back into like going back into the house and taking care of a baby. But it got to a point I felt like I was losing my mind, but I got through that process, and you will too. So it's beautiful. Remember to stay calm, stay stress-free while you're pregnant, rub on your belly. I got the belly tune, so I listened to music with him just to like calm myself and to bond. It was a really great bonding experience, and it does really work, because I didn't breastfeed. I formula fed. So yeah, I'm the bad mom, whatever. But just when I was listening to music, I was researching that like helps with bonding, and people were like, it doesn't, but it really does. Like I felt like I was connecting with him, and when he got out and I played certain music, he would like light up, and he was always into music since he was like a baby till now. He likes music, so it really does work. I played Tupac, Mozart. I played a little bit of jazz, just a little bit of everything, and nursery rhymes. Just it was fun through that process. And work out, you know, try to walk your neighborhood, go swimming if you like to swim. Swimming really helped because it was just made me feel agile. And yoga, go to a yoga class with a friend or do yoga on YouTube, and just, you know, relax and just let yourself just be stress-free if you can. Okay. Thank you so much for subscribing. I hope that you are loving the Cinderella Diaries. More videos are coming soon. So yeah, beware of the Cinderella Diaries. All right, yeah. I'm so exhausted. So I'm gonna go to bed. I hope that you're having a blessed, wonderful day. It's Friday, July 23rd, I think. Yeah, 23rd. So I hope that you're having a wonderful July 23rd. And yeah, just be safe out there in these streets, all right?